setting proper boundaries for yourself. Hello all you beautiful souls out there, my social media family. How are you doing today? My name's Chris and I'm here to help you find your happiness. In today's video, we're going to be talking about setting proper boundaries, but not for other people, for yourself. And one of the things that I really want to stress in this video is that we've been taught that when we set boundaries, those are, we usually set them, and I know this is what I did in the past, and you set that boundary for what is acceptable and what's not acceptable in your life from other people. Now the problem with that is when you set a boundary in that fashion, you're actually relying on that other person not to step over those boundaries. And when it happens, we get so focused on why they crossed the boundary of something that we said wasn't acceptable. And we get so stuck, and then we get so frustrated about the other person's actions, and therefore we start to focus on that, and that is the only thing that we have in mind, is like, how dare you cross that boundary? Like, I told you that that's not acceptable. And then it gets even worse when they continue to do it. So one of the things that I want you to do is I want you to start looking at boundaries not for other people, but for yourself. And what I mean by that is when you draw that line in the sand and someone crosses it, like I said, normally in the past we're thinking of like, how dare you? But one of the things that I really want you to start to think about them in this fashion is that when someone crosses that line, it's not up to them to do something about it and change what they're doing. It's up to you. It's really something that when someone crosses that line that you've drawn in the sand and they cross it, it's up to you to do something about it, not them. And one of the things that I've really come to realize throughout my whole healing journey and spiritual awakening is that when someone crosses a boundary, I'm out. Like I'm not gonna sit there and argue with them like, how dare you? Because honestly, you've heard me say this in other videos, where we focus our energy, that's where our focus goes, energy flows. And where our energy is flowing is going to expand. So therefore, if your focus is on that other person crossing your boundary, they're gonna keep doing it. Because the thing is you are not taking the actions to protect yourself. So one of the things that I was just talking to a friend of mine yesterday was about when you set those boundaries and someone crosses it and you allow them to stay on this side of the line, so to speak, that's not their fault, that's your fault. And in that instance, I want you to stop looking at what that person's doing and start asking yourself, why am I still here? Why am I allowing this person to treat me this way? Why am I even engaging in an argument over them crossing the boundary? Because one of the things that's really important to understand is when we set that boundary of what is and what is not acceptable for us and someone crosses it, that's not your choice, that's their choice. And if they make the choice to cross that boundary, it's up to you to do something about it, not up to them, okay? It's not, and that's like I started saying in the beginning of the video, is that is where, because our focus is on their actions rather than our actions on what we're doing about it, that's where the messes just start cycling over and over and over again. Because, we draw the line out here, someone crosses it, and then we draw the line here, 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 and then the next thing you know, you're backing up. Understand what I mean with that? And then when you get back, kind of like here, I'm backed in a corner, right? And then all of a sudden, like, that's how you're feeling like you're backed up into a corner. And then what happens? Then that's when the anger sets in. That's when the frustration turns to anger. And if you let it fester enough, that's where the anger turns to hate. And when it does that, I mean, it's a very, very difficult hole to climb out of. Very difficult. So one of the things that I want to encourage you to do is that when you set that boundary out here and someone crosses it, at that point I want you to stop that thought process of blaming the other person, okay? Because you can't control what they're thinking. You can't control what they're saying. You can't control what they're doing. But you can control what you're thinking, what you're saying, and what you're doing to remove yourself from that situation when someone starts to cross those boundaries. So again, the boundaries that you set are not for the other person, they're for yourself. So when you set that boundary and someone crosses it, don't blame them. Take action to remove yourself out of that situation and not allow that to happen in your life ever again. All right, everybody, I hope that you found this video helpful. Don't forget to smash that thumbs up button. And whatever you do, please share this video with somebody else who you think might benefit from it, because we never know when the right words from the right person will hit somebody at the right time and help them find their happiness. Until next time, I'm sending you all much love. Namaste.